welcome back to Chagoi Diaries. I am still alive. I am here. So just a bit of an update really. I haven't had anything going on really, but I've been away from YouTube for over a month now, and I thought I'd just do a bit of a hello, I'm still here, because I've been getting a lot of messages and stuff off people saying, when's the next video coming out? Well, here we go. This is for you. So, what we had going on? Well, I might have even said, I don't even know. I had a couple of vans die at work, so that took forever to try and sort that out, and it was a bit of a nightmare trying to get a really busy work schedule with 2 vans out of 5 down. So we finally eventually sorted that, and then I got ill, possibly COVID. I didn't test, we haven't got any kits, but I was like literally in bed for 2 and a bit days, couldn't even move. Then the rest of the week, I had a whole week off work. I missed a Koi event, I was gutted about that, but you know, I was poorly, more than man flu, possibly COVID, but you know, we don't know. So that's what I've been up to. Work, life, and then illness have taken over, and just been nice to have a bit of a break and not to panic and trying to stress myself out with getting a video out. But here we are today, we're back-ish. Not promising there'll be one next week. Anyway, so, with regards to the pond. At the minute, everything is okay. I've had a bit of a scare last week, because the weather now is picking up a bit. We've got a bit of sun, where is it? There. And it's about 15 degrees today, so I've had the cover like it was. In fact, that mega hot week that we had a few weeks back, which you may remember, that was the week that I nearly died from whatever illness I had. That was horrible. So I didn't see any of the good weather. In fact, I didn't even leave the house for like 4 or 5 days. I didn't even leave the house. I was either in bed or sitting on the sofa. Anyway, you don't care about that. So the fish have been all right. I've had the covers off, as I say, because when it's been sunny, I've had the covers flipped back. I noticed the original Baikahaku that I had from a few years back, which is probably not going to come around now, had the start of mouth rot. Well, it didn't have the start of mouth rot, I had a very, very sore mouth. So I got it out, I scraped it, I treated it, I popped it back, and lo and behold, I found an absolute boatload of trick. Like tons. I've never seen so many on a scrape before. So I treated with PP, as you do, at the recommended dose for 4 hours, and it seems to have cleared it up. Although I'm doing a bit of work today in the conservatory looking out, and I did notice a few that were flicking, a couple bouncing off the window. I'm not going to do a scrape just yet because it's not crazy. Some of that may be down to temperature. Now why is that, you ask? Well, as you all know, people in the world, but in the UK specifically, because that's where I am, electricity and gas has gone through the roof. So I decided about 4 or 5 weeks ago to actually give them a winter, as in turned it off. So the heater's been off for, as I say, 4 or 5 weeks, and the water went down to 10.5 degrees. That was just that wasn't long after I treated for trick. I think 2 or 3 days after that. There's no fish in there, look, they're all gone. So I turned the heater off. I don't even know, I'll be honest with you, I don't know what the temperature is at just now, but I think what I'm going to do with regards to heating is give the fish a winter, so a slightly elongated summer maybe, and then through when it is at its coldest, I think I'm just going to turn the heater off, unless something ridiculous happens with costs, which probably not, are they, because they're going up again in October, and just keep it, because obviously I've got air source heat pump, and it's more economical to run when the air is warm. Here we go, look, there it is on the buck. So you can still see on the corner of its mouth a little bit red, but that was absolutely horrible. So that's a lot better now. So yeah, the plan is to give them a slightly longer summer with some decent temperatures with the air source heat pump, and then in the winter I'll turn it off and just let them get on with it. Let them be cold for a few months, I don't know, 4 months or whatever. And again, like I'm going to do now, probably the end of this week, I'm going to turn the air source heat back on and slowly get the temperatures up, because it is a lot warmer now. I think the mid-range forecast for the next few weeks is looking like it's going to be 15-ish as an average kind of temperature, being a bit colder of an evening, but 15 in a day, that's good for me. It's more economical for me to run the air source heat pump. So that's the plan with that. But no doubt, like all of you, looking at if you've got a smart meter, it's absolutely ridiculous. When I used to come downstairs, it would be on less than £1, even if the air source had been on in the night, maybe £1.50. I'm coming down now, sort of £2.50, nearly £3 some mornings. It's absolutely crazy. That's before we've even started the day and had everything on, and the kettle on 100 times, and toaster, cooker, hob, and all that jazz. But there we go. So it's nice and quiet round here because it's been off, but it'll be coming back on. And as you can see, done absolutely zero out here. Some more plants have appeared. We've been buying bits and bobs, some more aces and some other random things. I don't know, everything's springing into life now, so happy. There's a bit of colour now, and we're going to get that. I don't know, we're going to get some more bits and bobs for that. And I think what I'm going to do here is have a bit of a, it's all going to be Japanese maples, all aces, all the way along here, different types. Obviously I've got 7 or 8 to plant anyway, including this one, which was my bit overhanging one, which had a dead branch, so I had to cut it off. But yeah, it wasn't looking good at all, so that got hacked off. The joys, and the same with that happened a few years back actually, and that's sort of recovered not too bad now. But anyway, not if for plants, we're for fish. So yeah, as I say, everyone, even at 10 degrees, has been happy. Not really been, other than the sore mouth issue, everyone's looking alright. Chubbs, who had a bit of a sore belly, I think in one of my last videos, however long ago, that's cleared up now. I'm sort of thinking that the colder temperatures have been good for them, really, just to give them a complete off period. They haven't had any food either for, goodness me, what, it'll be maybe December, late November. They have had the odd handful of food here and there, but no auto feeder. I'm going to dig that back out and start building that up now. And I've kept this window uncovered, which means now, look, all the window haters, it's going green, and I've got bird muck on it ridiculously. Yeah, but she had a bit of a sore tummy. That has completely cleared up now. Obviously there's been no heat within the water, so obviously whatever it was is stopped. So there we go. Right, and with regards to the Buyer Koi Farm Koi Diary event, that is now, entries have now closed. I can't remember how many, we've got numbers and stuff for that. I'm going to do a bit of an updated individual video for that. It's not going to be different in terms of selections and stuff, but just talking about how we're doing it and selecting the fish and all that kind of things, and the technical difficulties with selecting shower. We'll talk about that on a separate video, so keep your eye out for that if you're in on that. Thanks to everyone that entered. It's again going to be another fantastic day, I'm sure, down at the Buyer Koi Farm. And that's it for the minute. I'm going to go inside. I've got a couple of bits of work to do and just chill out. So I've been out here doing bits and bobs. Right, catch you later. Oh my god, welcome to proper summer, and welcome back. It's me again, different day, same video. A few jobs on today. I'm knackered. Big bike ride yesterday, which was Good Friday, which means I've got to do loads of jobs today. So I'm going to cut the grass because it's absolutely horrible. It's too long. I need to cut it. Then I'm going to take the covers off the pond. I've had enough now. They're going today. I haven't got a clue where I'm going to store them. There's a bit of space behind there somewhere, so I'm going to get all the covers off, get rid of that as well, clean the windows because I've got bird muck and they're just starting to get a bit green now. And then I am going to do a couple of scrapes. I've just been here watching them for 5 minutes. Like I said the other day, I've got Chubs the Chag's got a bit of a sore chin. That Kahaku, which had a bit of a sore mouth a couple of weeks back, is completely cleared up now, so I'm happy with that. But Chubs the Chag, a bit of a sore chin, so I'm not sure what's going on. I know I've not been most forthcoming with videos. I did treat a few weeks back, maybe a month ago now. I had Trick. When I noticed the Kahaku with the sore mouth, I did scrape. I might have already said this, I can't bloody remember. COVID memory loss. I did scrape and I found Trick, so I PP'd. But there's still something not quite 100% right. I don't think I got a picture of that before. So that's way better. But there's a bit of flick and a bit of flashing. And Chubs with a sore chin, which we'll have a closer look at and clean that up out of the pond. Get the auto feeder set back up, and then hopefully the start of better things to come with the weather, because it's been absolutely junk what seems like forever. But yeah, something not quite right with a couple of them. Not sure what it is. As I say, I've been watching them. There was a couple of flashing. Big Frank there did a big old turn on the bottom drain a minute ago and then came back and had another go, so something's not quite right. Bet your bottom dollar I've probably still got Trick. I've always found it quite hard to get rid of Trick in one go over the years, so that's what I'm hedging my bets on. Whether or not it's that or not, I don't know, which might also explain the couple of sores that I've had and the sore on Chubs the Chag's mouth, wherever she is here. Probably won't get on camera. Put my hand up, see if she comes up. Yeah, see, look at that. Right, the grass isn't going to cut itself and the covers aren't going to take themselves off, and I haven't got any koi pond fairies to come and help. Right, I'll catch you later when I'm no doubt moaning that I'm knackered because I've cut the grass. Catch you in a bit. So at practice, I've got the camera, so I've not taken the covers off, although I have cut the grass. Looking good. So I've got 2 bowls set up, sedating that one, normal water in this one. So I'm going to take a scrape from her while she's in there. Then I'm going to transfer her to this bowl, cover it over, and then go and check the scrape. And there she is. Right. I'll put the camera down because it's a bit tricky one-handed. I'll see if I can get a bit of a... When she's sedated, we'll have a look at the underside, and then I'll know if she's getting any better, because there's a visible... I'll put it on camera, haven't I? Anyway, she's not happy, so I'll get my scrape and I'll come back to you in a bit. Excuse the grass in the bowl. So yeah, it's looking very red. Look at that. She's still got a bit of a... Whether or not been sitting on the bottom to get that, and maybe even that, I don't know. So the scrape I just took off of her, completely clear. I'm going to scrape that small Kahaku again that had the Trick on it originally a few weeks back, just to see. So what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to just dab the area dry with a pad, one of these pad things. I'm going to put some wound cleaner on it, with a cotton bud, and then just dry that off, and then put some trusty old tamidine on it, and then get it back in the pond. I'm not going to seal it in or any of that kind of jazz. I'm not a fan of that. If the water's okay, then the fish will just heal. Don't need to seal it in. And you've got the potentials then of sealing in some bad stuff. Right, I'm going to do that, pop her back, get the kahaku out. I'll have another closer look at its mouth as well. Get a scrape and then pop it in here and have a closer look at its mouth. Just bashed a bit of a red scale sore there. It's not horrible, hopefully that'll be fine. But no other marks on her. Gills look good. Anyway, right, back to you in a bit. Hey, it's me. So nothing on either fish that I scraped, and I searched extensively. The smaller kahaku's mouth, I don't think I picked up the GoPro, perfectly fine, so that just went back. And as I said, I treated Chubbs the Chag with some wound cleaner, Rocol, dabbed that off, then put tamidine on and popped it back in. So since I found nothing on the scrapes, I thought I'd do some water tests. And chlorine 0, nitrite 15, ammonia 0, and this might be the reason for the flicking. My pH is 8.4, maybe a little bit more, I don't know. So that might be causing a bit of irritation to them. Not a lot I can do about that, but that's just where it's at. So who knows? I'm just going to keep an eye on them. I'm not going to put anything in the pond. I'm not going to do anything to anything. I'm happy, fingers crossed happy I was, that me Big Blue were with a 0 result. Well, that's actually pond water. That wasn't after the Big Blue. But I did change in my little book. I'm trying to think when I did it. So 27th of the 3rd was the last lot of tests I did. My chlorine was 4. Look at that. So I thought it was a bit odd because it's relatively new carbon. So what I did was I reverse flowed it. Well, actually I took it outside, I emptied it, I reverse flowed it for about 10 minutes. Then I give it a bit of a shake up, poured it out, run it to waste the correct way for another 10 minutes, tested it, and it was fine. So definitely, if you're having a problem with your Big Blue and you've got a relatively, you've got relatively new carbon, Cheddar the cat is outside now, he's not an inside cat. So yeah, if you've got relatively new carbon, it's definitely worth giving it a bit of a shake up, reverse flow in the water, giving it a bit of a shake up and a rinse out, and hopefully you'll get a 0 reading. Anyway. So otherwise, I'm not overly concerned. It's a bit of a sore mouth. The kahaku cleared up within a couple of, 27th of the 3rd was when I treated it, so it's about 3 weeks and it's gone. So it's probably just from them sitting on the bottom where the weather has been absolutely up and down. As I said, I'm now not gonna heat, well, the heat was off, so I was down to ambient, which is about 10-11 degrees, something like that. Like today, although my heat is on, I'm holding the ambient temperature. So I'm just going to keep an eye on what the weather's doing and knock it up or down a bit if needed. So like the weather's good now, so I'm up to 14.5 or 15 degrees, something like that. So I've set the heater to 15 just to keep it there, because the next couple of weeks look like they're going to be around about them temps. So it should be on a minimal amount, and it will mean I'm not trying to heat above the air temperature, which it would be on a lot more, obviously, and costing a lot more. Yeah, and I'll talk about how I'm going to get through winter this year near the time. We don't want to talk about winter yet, do we? It's only just started to get bloody sunny. Right, anyway, let's go outside. So there we have it. Covers off, auto feeder back, window not cleaned. I can't be bothered with that today. What's the machine? I'm not doing jobs all day. So I've set the auto feeder to go off 8, 12, 4, 8 for the time being. Just on 2, I can't remember how many grams of food that is, but it's not a lot. We'll start with there. We'll just keep an eye on the water and see what happens, and the fish obviously. It's so much better having the covers off. Just been in the house to get a drink and then looked out and I'm like, yeah, I remember them days. So we're back there now, thank God. So good that I didn't find anything on the scrapes. I'll just keep an eye on the chin, Chubbs' chin. I can't see it being a major issue, but and you know what? Since I've had the covers off, they've just seemed a lot happier. Whether or not it's placebo in my head, but all good. It's not all good. Still depressed about the 1,000,001 jobs I've got to do, but you know, we're getting there. So there we go. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me through the absence period. I'll be back. There won't be anything for at least 2 weeks. I am on holiday, leaving the wife in charge at home. I'm cycling on a lad's holiday, Mallorca. It's going to be hell, but hey ho, we'll get through it. And then when I get back, a few things planned, and obviously we need to start thinking and talking about the buyer, grow and show. I've been in communication with Adam. There's a little bit to go through, not tons of stuff, but yeah. So we're definitely starting in the season now. It feels like for me. Covers off, bit of food going in, weather. Oh, thank God. So anyway, I'll catch you next time. See you soon. Bye.